hydrate. Protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. Nah, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. Say so what you gon' do with it? Stop playing with it. If you gon' do it, then don't play with it, baby. Exactly. Yeah. You built like that. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Arizona Cardinals taking on Tyrod Taylor and the Washington football team.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. On the return, Andy Isabella. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Drake. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. On 1st down, Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their 1st-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there are a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got.
And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a 1st-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now 1st-quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On the pickup. It's second and inches at the 43-yard line.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Cardinals nothing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's Murray. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes left side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. On the return, Isabella. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over first and 10.
Out comes Kenyon Drake and the Arizona offense to take over. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
On second down, it's Drake. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Damn.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Holcomb without the
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Murray hooking up with Kirk for an Arizona first down.
42-yard.
Nice catch there by Christian Kirk. Had 709 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 2019 season. I expect those numbers to continue to climb. This is a guy who can play in the slot, play outside, but the number one thing about him, absolute explosiveness, especially after he catches the ball downfield. If you don't make the tackle right there, he's going to take it a long way.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Murray. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll go
Why
down
my buttons ain't working?
This inside the 30. Good work after the catch.
Pushing my
Going to net
switch
him
button
23
and it ain't
in the
switching.
first.
First and 10.
These guys have definitely
like
been
that.
outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Kenyon Drake on the carry.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Fuller. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. at the 20.
Shotgun now from Murray. Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away.
Oh, shit.
Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Oh, shit.
They got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
It's Gibson, baby.
31 yards there and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Washington
it was
now
too
going
many. I
to
thought
use
I
the
ran out of
first of
time.
their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good,
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
At the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
There you go. There you go. There you go. On the 2, on the 3. My bad, the 3. On the 3. On the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And that is caught. Touchdown.
Caught, man.
Washington.
Sims, baby.
To number 89.
From 3 yards out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Put it on.
And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
Halftime,
and the result,
y'all.
a touchdown for Washington.
I'm telling y'all it ain't on easy. It's not.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Come on, Cardinals.
On the
Put some work
return,
in.
Isabella. And he'll be tackled just
Nice.
shy of the 25.
That was nice. I like how you hit him like
On
that.
return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
Oh, man, come on, man.
One drive,
all right,
and last
whatever.
time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A big play that time on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On the coverage.
To throw again.
Oh.
Murray got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And inside the 15 before they drop it. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to find his running back.
Come on, y'all.
Okay.
Give me a little bit of competition.
Second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy.
Okay.
The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. That'll be caught.
Oh, we do. Why he going backwards? Oh, why did he go backwards?
Across the 45.
They trying,
there 21 yards.
That's what I got to.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Do it big. We gonna do it big. We gonna do it big. Gotta make sure it get out of reach, man. I want to be able to close my eyes and make sure I win.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point.
Touch my quarterback.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Touch my quarterback.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Isabella. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
I gave you a little room,
but
my fingers was slipping. Nope. My fingers was slipping. My fingers was slipping.
Murray now on first down. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 35-24, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they trailed the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. 13-7, your final score.
Game.
In our game, it's Tyrod Taylor who's been on the offensive in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Yeah. Y'all underestimated my team. Come on, man. Let's go.
same good.
So Washington in a good spot. They got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And this will make it into the end zone.
I'll run it. I'll run it.
Showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
6-yard line.
So here is Washington now to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Damn, guessing they got a touchdown yet? I don't know if I like that. Touchdown.
They go play action with Taylor. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown.
Team effort,
Washington. Logan Thomas. His first touchdown of the new season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we
would
clip and save.
Look how you beat him. Come on, man.
Tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
My quarterback. My quarterback get it done.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and
love my O-line. My O-line keep me untouched. That's all I'm saying. My O-line been keeping me untouched.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and now it's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They cool with me.
Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning here is Wright.
What? 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 What?
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands,
it was almost.
It's still a massive return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
On the 29, baby. What? On y'all 29.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Oh, you want to see if it's that easy? Let's see.
They go play action now. Taylor is going to take a shot for the end zone.
Let's see if it's that easy.
Touchdown,
It's not
Washington.
that easy. It's hard,
Steven
man.
Sims Jr., 29 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But he found the opening and exploited it.
Kitty Sims.
On his
I should go
Hopkins
for a
now for the
two-point
extra
conversion.
point.
I think about
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
I gotta check on my food. I got food in the oven. Shit.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella. They take this near the 25. Just a little pass there.
Maybe I let y'all get 14.
Take over first and 10. At their own.
Here's the Arizona offense
like
now
the
as they
people
get set
in
to take
single
over.
digits.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. He'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, it's Drake. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Go for it.
Very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know
Just
the benefits
about
from all
done.
those empty seats?
It's just about done.
Taking it right down Broadway.
Oh, I forgot. We on there. I had to give Gibson a touchdown. He ain't had a touchdown yet, I don't think.
Gibson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
My bad.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
My bad.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Let's do a 2-point. You want some crazy.
Now Taylor going to lead his guys up to go for 2. Now Taylor. And this is going to be caught.
We just want
Not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
We just want to close our eyes and be like, man, I just want, I can go check my food because I feel comfortable.
Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Well, come on, baby, because at this point, let's see. I will check my phone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella.
Oh, I will do something.
Good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see.
We're all right. Just call the call. We're going to play. Come on now.
I decline.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Murray a give. This is straight. And he will
man?
lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss.
Baby.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it.
Mohawks.
They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Come on, y'all got DeAndre Hopkins, and he ain't going outfield yet. He ain't caught an outfielder yet.
The DeAndre Hopkins is clearly one of the best receivers in the game. Over the last 3 seasons, over 1,100 yards in each season. And don't forget, defenses have been keying on him each and every snap. This guy produces no matter what the situation, no matter what the coverage. Just find him and get him.
Because this is getting insane. Check my food. I'm back. Since I be up late, I cook my kids dinner early, late at night.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Look at that. Look at that. Let that shit go.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. At their own. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be
kill some time.
About 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh.
Antonio Gibson.
They know I could have took that all the way.
You certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Mike, check, 59, 59. 79.
They'll run on first down.
Oh! I didn't know he had me. My eyes just could have took that a little further.
Tackles a year ago there to make the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage.
Man, come on, man.
For a significant chunk of yards.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown,
man.
Washington.
Gibson is on fire. He needs the whole fire department to put his ass out.
Offense continues to pour it on.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside.
They don't practice.
We just saw it again here.
They ain't do their practice.
Leads to his long touchdown run.
They didn't practice. They missed practice. Gotta be the
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Isabella. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being marking the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale.
I feel like by now
offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
They should be throwing the ball by now. They should not be running
out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis.
Thomas Davis is the linebacker, ain't he?
Back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
He on the defensive line, ain't he?
Its pleasure there. Remember, they
Goodness
had the
gracious.
return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
I think they did that because they want to see me do another 2-point conversion. I mean, that's just got to be the reason. I just don't see no other reason.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
I don't see no reason why.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go
if
for
they
it,
don't
want to
try,
some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
If they don't want to try, why is you blaming me?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Isabella.
I ain't even pushing that.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
I shouldn't be pushing up on this drive.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, and what has been a rough go for them.
We'll see.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch. That brings up second down.
I ain't even pushing.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
I ain't gonna push that. I ain't been pushing that.
From the gun, Murray.
Oh, I ain't even push nothing.
Picked off near the 44.
And the
possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On third down, it's Gibson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A gain of...
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Taylor. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Touchdown, Washington.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult.
I like my quarterback.
But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Yeah.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so a good opportunity for this offense with solid field position.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
I ain't gonna push nothing. I want to see what happens.
Final try. He's going to let it fly.
Oh,
and that will be incomplete. As time has run out.
He had DeAndre Hopkins, and I stopped him. I stopped DeAndre Hopkins. I don't even think he made it.
The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.
They will gratefully accept
DeAndre Hopkins didn't
It
do
makes
nothing.
their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
Look at
So
my
for
passing,
Washington, it was a great
Look at my
all-around
rushing,
performance as they
y'all.
come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
In a home game, too, bruh.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah, 1 touchdown. We had 6 touchdowns. Legendary, boy. Legendary. Snapshot. Legendary.
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win.
I'm stopping my bottom.
Take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the winning.
Oh, he does not look like Taylor Heineken. I just fix that.
Got a brand new visor, yeah. You're friend smart, but my bud's wiser, yeah. Get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'ma die like my
Get up out of here.
Hey,